Hello, welcome back to Dragon Age. Let's do some more talking this time. And I think we might do the Urn of Sacred Ashes tonight. It's a huge quest though, so I might split it into two parts, we will see. But let's have a look around first.
What do you need? Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So, couldn't others learn these abilities?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
That's kind of horrible.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
So, what was life like in a Chantry cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
See, the barking of that dog gets right up my nose. Do you know what I mean? It could drive me up the wall. It only ever does it when she's talking. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they do tend to be self-righteous.
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
Yeah, I kind of prefer your ideas of the Chantry, to be honest with you.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be going on about the Maker and stuff, I prefer her ideas than the Chantry saying, "Oh, only we are special," that sort of thing.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
One thing about the Chantry and that's the genius of in this setting is it really does get to grips with the you know, the misnomer of religion, and when, you know, the less God does, the more he proves his existence, you know, that sort of thing. It's a load of rubbish, but obviously with the way that Dragon Age handles it is very, very, very astute, and the way that the priesthood is very manipulative, and the way that it goes about talking about God and about the Maker and things like that, you know. For ages in European history, all of our sermons were taught in Latin, and in doing so, you basically made sure that there was a disconnect between the people going to church and the priesthood. You know, Latin was this mystical language that no one really spoke anymore, the language of the Romans. And so when Protestantism came around, it was so controversial because now you were doing sermons in English, and that basically meant that anyone can hear the word of God. You know, it's not the strict proviso of the priests. Now in Dragon Age, Liliana just said something very similar in that, you know, she was saying that maybe the Maker blesses people because the Maker makes things that are beautiful in the world, like the rose that bloomed when she knew it was dead and things like that. And she was treated with scorn because, as she said, they want to believe he's gone so that they can say that the Maker is blessing them. Because who's to say that they're wrong? And King Henry VIII destroyed the Catholic Church in England and established the Protestant Church and put himself as head of the Catholic Church, of the Protestant Church. Why? Because he wanted that control. He wanted to be the man who's chosen by God. And who can tell Henry off? God. Only God. And who decides when God is angry? Henry. How convenient. And it's the same with the priests in Dragon Age as well. Starting to slow down a little, are we?
I'm just feeling a little weary is all. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person.
Ha, very funny. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for a few years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Oh, that was bracing. Fucking hell.
Yes,
What were you doing in that cage?
sitting, as you observed.
Very funny.
Thank you.
Are you going to answer my question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question,
What was the question?
the Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
What's an Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Did you find your answer to his question?
A portion of it.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
Well, I can see you're right on top of that. No, I won't say that. When are you going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
Well, you can stay with us then.
Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Let's go.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
I did have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
It's a bit clunky, isn't it?
Very well.
Alright, thanks.
As you wish.
See, Sten approves plus 19. Now, Sten is... One thing you have to remember about the characters in Dragon Age is that we're now out of the wood, so to speak. The first couple of missions that you do in the game, it's very, very easy for Morrigan and Sten to really dislike you because of all the good things you have to do to advance the story, pretty much. I've always thought that was really unfair. The fact that, all you're doing basically is advancing the story by helping, because you've got to help people, if you didn't... You can advance the story by not helping people, but doing that is pretty stupid. It's like stupid evil. There's just no point, because you'll get... the game pretty much tells you will get more troops by doing it in the good guy way than you would anything else. And I think a lot of the time, especially with the missions as we go into them, is that the game doesn't give you enough opportunity to explain to your characters, like, hey, we need to do this because of this, it's very, very harsh the way it kind of takes points away from you very, very quickly. But we're out of the woods now. We should be seeing things going better.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss something.
If you must.
So, did you grow up in the Korcari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part, Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
I never liked this line. Very daring, that sounds like you, because it seems like you're sucking up, and you are sucking up, let's be honest. Because you're trying to get in the pants. But to be honest with you, that's the kind of thing Moise would say, so I'm going to select it.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Were you upset by all the bad touching?
At least with that sort of touching, I would have been able to intuit the intent with far greater ease. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out this way at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat in the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Cool. You can actually talk, there's so many other things you
Yes?
can talk about with her. So, life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
That does sound really nice.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
She was right, no doubt.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Made you stronger though, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
One of your party members has begun to genuinely like you and respect your leadership. There we go. That's good. Do this in case it... Because sometimes it crashes when you do. Oh, that's good. So you can see on the party screen it says interested there, so if certain companions are can have a romance with your character, they do tend to they can be it goes to interested. So that means that they're interested in you, they're interested in your character basically. Things like that. We actually are going to have a moment with Sten in a little bit, where his character is going to completely change, and it's a big moment between Royce and Sten. Right now, there's not really grudging respect. They're just starting to get to know each other a little bit better. And but yeah, in a moment we are going to have a pretty big moment.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Have you heard any rumours?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings. And then they were gone. Just as quick. I wonder if there's anyone left. I heard some chanters were going to head down south, maybe to try to find some survivors. I'm not holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road anyhow. Take it for what it is.
I'd see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
And with your discount. Not all them, why not? Don't need those. Don't really need those. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That. Or that. Or that. Don't need temple armor. I'm never going to wear it. Don't need those. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't. Ooh, what's that? It's quite good. I think I'll give those to somebody. Oh god. Take that off straight away. You can have that. Yep, you can have that. Cool.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Don't need that. We'll use all those. Don't need that. Don't need that. Boom. Should have probably done this before I went on the stream, to be honest with you, but it's okay. Okay, cool. Did find this for you, Alistair. There are certain gifts in the game that can only really be given to certain people, and this is one of them.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
You can be horrible, can't you, and tell me you found it in the road. I found it in Redcliffe Castle, in the study.
Oh, the Jarl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant, perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Ho, ho, ho. See this gesture I'm making? Can you hear that? I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
If you've had it and you didn't know it, it's probably tasty.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Some of these comebacks are really good. Can't be stinking what normally goes into them. I think you need more meat on your bones. He said, why didn't he share his food with me? He ruined them? Does that mean you have to go without?
Maybe, but that is not the point. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
It was a gift. You can't just throw it away like that.
I just did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
That dog is too smart for his own good.
He is certainly manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Alright, I'm not quite sure who to take with me. I wanted to take Alistair because, yeah, I just wanted to, but, definitely taking Stan.
Yes.
Might take Liliana. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Indeed.
In the trailer for Dragon Age, it's actually, instead of Alistair, there's Liliana, who goes up the mountains with you. But I'm taking Alistair because I think it's like quite poetic that he helps heal Arleman when they're so close. So.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Anora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Anora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Okay.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
That doesn't half look like Leliana, like the original. The elven assassin is wounded and unconscious but alive. You can tie him up and talk to him if you wished. Or you can just kill him. Yeah, let's wake him up and talk to him.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
That could be easily rectified.
Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes?
You seem awfully glib for a prisoner.
It is my way, or so I am told. Let's see then. I assume you kept me alive to ask me some questions, yes? If so, let me save you time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Who are the Antivan Crows?
An order of assassins, of course, out of Antiva. I suppose you wouldn't hear much of them out here, but where I come from, we're rather infamous.
You came all the way from Antiva?
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Does that mean you're loyal to him?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
And now that you failed in that service?
Oh, well, that's between Logain and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then.
How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a Chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Then why are you one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Were you paid to talk my ear off then?
Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind.
I'm listening, make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So, let me serve you instead.
Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing. In which case, I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
And what to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
And what do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
Why would I want your service?
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan Crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I also know a great many jokes. 12 massage techniques, 6 different card games. I do wonderful at parties, no?
Very well, I accept your offer.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Don't worry about it, we could use him.
Alright, I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone. I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
See, I persuaded you to go along with it. Why do you still disapprove? Like...
Got it.
See, the Friends of Red Jenny is something that comes up later on as well, in the later games. But we're going to Denerim to try and find Brother Genetivi. And it works out canonically that, you know, Zevran was dispatched from the capital, came down this road, waylaid us. I always thought that they could do something more epic with Denerim. We've not seen it in Dragon Age games since Dragon Age Origins. And even in Origins.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Seeing as we're in Denerim now, I'm wondering if we might be able to look someone up.
Logan will get what's coming to him, I promise you.
No, I know that. That's not what I'm talking about. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
Have you contacted her?
No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostagar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the Blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
If you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Cool. Well, we are in the area, so why not?
That's my sister's house. I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Wouldn't you rather meet her on your own?
Do I seem a little nervous? I am. I really don't know what to expect. I'd like you to be there with me if you're willing. Or we could leave, I suppose. We really don't have time to pay a visit, do we? Maybe we should go.
You're such a coward.
I am not. All right, maybe I am. I am totally a coward. What would I say to her? Does she even know I exist? Will she be happy to see me? Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Goldana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
He's telling the truth. Listen to him.
Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
That's hardly Alistair's fault, is it?
And who in the Maker's name are you? Some servant of his to carry all his riches, I expect.
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend. And a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldana asked. Alistair came here hoping to find his family.
Well? So he's found it. I'm his sister. But what are you to me, boy? Except the one who took my mother away,
You think I wished her dead? I never wanted that. I didn't have the life you think I did, Goldana.
I suppose not. A bastard is still a bastard, isn't he? But Brother or no, I've got 5 mouths to feed and no time to spare until they are.
And let me promise you this, Goldhanna. I'll do whatever I can, speak to whomever I have to ensure you and your children are taken care of.
That sounds all well and fine, but you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly hold my breath.
You have my promise. I can't give you more than that. Let's go. I want to go. Goodbye, sister. Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I lived up to my promise, I suppose, but this is the family I've been wondering about all my life? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
Everyone's kind of out for themselves. You should probably learn that. I don't know. You didn't need it. You got others to care for you.
Such as? The only person who ever cared about me was Duncan. And he's gone.
You got friends, Alistair. I'm one of them.
Thank you. I'm glad you came with me. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It's alright. Brother Jenna TV. Where are you?
Dwarven Crafts. Fine Dwarven Crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
So Gorham is part of the Dwarven noble origin.
I recognize you. From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Cailan. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Loghain's charges against the Wardens are false.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Loghain's word?
What do you mean about satisfaction?
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nod Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
Very well. If you insist on dying, you'll get your duel.
Make peace with the Maker, sir. These are your last moments.
Come running away. I'll meet you behind the tavern. Alright.
Are you ready? I am no savage. I would not take advantage of you.
I'm ready. Let's fight one-on-one.
May the Divine look after you, sir. You've held yourself with honor. Begin.
Gotta see he's dead.
Someone's gonna fall, and it sure won't be me!
You fought with honor. Sir Landry couldn't have asked for a nobler death.
Got it.
Yeah, I guess not. Bloody hell, Jenna. Aha!
Yes? What are you doing here?
Who are you?
My name is Wayland. I'm the assistant of the scholar Brother Genetivi. This is his house.
And where is he? I'm looking for him.
That makes two of us. I haven't seen Brother Genetivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genetivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
you think he's in trouble because of the urn?
Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genetivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genetivi, and they too have disappeared.
Where did you send them?
No, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I'm willing to risk it. Tell me where he went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
What exactly was he investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
But you just said he spoke to you and told you that.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
You seem nervous. Are you hiding something?
That's not true. I told you everything I know. Brother Genetivi told me about the inn, and that's all.
Us? Who's us?
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade? I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genetivi and the urn. But you persisted. Now it has come to this. Andraste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
Well, that was Dragon Cult.
Now is better than later.
Body of the real Waylon. That's unfortunate. Genetivi's research. And now that should have revealed Haven on the map, which is a town that Genetivi went to, searching for the urn.
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
When I first playing this game, it took me ages to get out of the city because it just brings up this map, but then you got the world map down here. It took me ages to figure that out. I'm bringing Alistair because I don't really bring him on anything else after this, so I think it's like better that he comes on this one because Leliana will be coming with us in the Brazilian forest for the Elven quest. Maybe for a part of Orzammar too.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here.
I have business here.
No, you do not. I would have been informed if someone was expecting a visitor.
I'd like to explore Haven. Well, very well, excuse me.
You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
Did it just get a lot colder, or is it just me?
They are hiding something. 'Tis obvious, is it not?
Interesting strategy. Tell me, do you intend to keep going north until it becomes south and attack the Archdemon from the rear?
He'll never see this coming.
Truly, it would surprise me if my enemy counterattacked by running away and climbing a mountain.
Our Eamon is ill. That's why we're here.
How will this help him?
The ashes can heal him.
I have no doubt of your faith. I am beginning to doubt your sanity, however. The Archdemon is our goal, and we are heading away from it to find the charred remnants of a dead woman. I will not simply follow in your shadow as you run from battle.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm in charge.
Not anymore. I'm taking command.
Just try it.
Defend yourself, Warden. We will settle this. I was wrong. You are strong enough. What now?
That's up to you.
Lead. I will follow.
Go on, wake up, Stan.
I would like bandages.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would.
Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Were you up, were you down? Chasing rabbits round the town. Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Come. Who are you? You shouldn't be here.
Where is everyone else?
In the chantry. Mother wanted me to go to the chant, but she doesn't get to tell me what to do anymore. I'm sick of listening to Father Eirik, along with the babies and the girls. Soon I'll be old enough to go up the mountain and...
Go up the mountain?
Nothing. It's just nicer up there. You wouldn't understand. Lowlanders don't belong here.
Okay.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I bet you're a clever lad. What do you know about Haven?
It's just Haven. I remember some lowlanders like you. They left, I think. I never saw them again.
So that was the big moment with Sten. After this, he tends to get a lot more open to the Warden. And also, this is Haven. So this has a big part to play in Dragon Age Inquisition as we go forward in the story, in the third game. And it also, just like Redcliffe, changes a lot. It changes a hell of a lot going into the new games.
I've never heard of any village out this way. Is this place even on a proper map?
I don't know, I don't think so.
Who are you? You're not from Haven.
Why does everyone tell me like I don't already know it?
We don't get very many visitors.
Can you tell me about Haven?
How would you describe the place you know only as home?
Okay. This is a shop. I'd like to trade.
I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look.
Thank you, I guess. Don't think you got anything else that I might need. Nope.
What are you doing? That's private.
I just need some things. Oh, I apologise.
You just don't listen, do you?
Should not have taken as long as it did.
I tried to be polite to grandmothers.
Armour and clothing left on this dismembered man indicate he was from Redcliffe.
Now's better than later.
One of Al Eamon's knights. So he's one of the knights that came searching for the urn. Not good. Not good at all.
Something.
This guy. I just... yeah.
Can I get you a lamp?
get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
So, didn't really want to kill that shopkeeper, but you know he's hiding something as soon as he starts, you know, jumping over to you, trying to get you to lock her in there.
Take that!
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the Holy and Beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her...
Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far?
You people aren't very welcoming.
What sort of welcome do you expect when you break into our homes and kill one of us? You see, this is why we do not like visitors. They are not like us. They will do us harm if we let them.
What have you done to Brother Genetivi?
We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
Okay. So this table is in Dragon Inquisition is actually pushed further back into this room, and there is a wall that is basically over here that separates it out, and that's actually where the Inquisition in Dragon Age Inquisition is formed, on this table. Weird, huh? Especially if you've played Inquisition.
I'll get on it.
And of course we'll see it in Dragon Age Inquisition when we do that game.
Now is better than later.
Aha.
Who are you? They sent you to finish it.
Brother Genetivi?
You're not one of them, thank the Maker.
I read your notes back in Denerim.
So it seems. They take great pains to keep it well hidden. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
I have some bandages, maybe they'll help.
Thank you. That feels much better. I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
How'd you know?
My research led me to Haven, and I have heard the villagers talking. I know the urn is here. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Iric wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside, and I will show you.
Can you answer some questions for me first?
All right. What is on your mind?
Do you know about the knights that were sent to look for you?
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Eirik said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men.
Well, Eirik's not going to be bothering anyone else for a while.
Good. Eirik and his fellows were a blemish in the Maker's sight. If the Maker would even deign to look upon this world, that is. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we?
Haven's a little odd, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be.
Why does Haven have revered fathers?
I do not know. When the Chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the Chantry and so have no knowledge of the Chantry's rules.
What do you know of Haven and its people?
They call themselves the disciples of Andraste. They are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive.
Is that possible?
I'm old enough to know that anything is possible, child. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
What were the villagers doing with you?
They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that.
They're planning on placing a fake genitive in Denerim, I think.
How do you know?
There was an imposter Wayland at your house.
An imposter? What happened to the real Wayland?
Found his body stuffed in the box.
Oh, poor Wayland. I should never have dragged you into this. Maker take you into his hands, my boy.
It's one of my favourite lines, that. Found his body stuffed in the box. Wayland died protecting your research.
He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
I'm ready to leave for the temple.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down. Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there. A key to open the way.
It looks different opened up like that.
Now, where does this go? Seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain.
Yes, get moving, you old geezer.
I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go, I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the urn.
Is there anything I need to know about the temple?
It was designed to protect the urn from those who would steal it, or do harm to it. Namely, the Tevinter Imperium.
What sort of dangers are we talking about here?
I'm not sure. The legends were never very specific on that point. Only the faithful shall lay eyes on the sacred ashes. Death and misfortune await the unbeliever. The Maker's gaze has fallen on Andraste's final resting place. He weeps for his beloved, and his wrath at her betrayers endures.
Well, legend's nothing but a jumble of superstitions.
Read between the lines, however, and you'll understand that it is merely a simple truth draped in hyperbole and metaphor. After all, no one wants to hear Willie toiled for many a year to perfect the curious mechanisms that would send a sharpened spike up the arse of the unwary intruder.
Oh, that sounds pleasant.
I think my decision to stay here was the best one, don't you?
Definitely. I'll be back soon.
I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need something to write on.
So that's going to be the end of this part, and tomorrow night we will be tackling the Urn of Sacred Ashes. So see you then.